Okay. For you, Coffee.
I'm a living example of you can get punched in the face and get back up, because I'm the modern day Aztec warrior.
Welcome back to MMA Underground. I'm filling in for Buddy B. He'll be here shortly. But as always, we have the best ref in the game sitting next to me, Sam K, also a warrior, and a man who started off the hot box by trying to break the motherfucker, Samurai Jack.
Yeah. What up, what up, what up, y'all? How you doing, man? How you doing tonight?
Man, lovely, man. Good to be here. Feeling great. Another day. Feeling blessed, man. Good to see y'all.
Awesome.
Y'all started off the hot box right, though, with a fucking banger right off the bat. Boards are breaking. Timeouts to be thrown over the cage. You guys weren't playing. There was blood. Everybody go check out that fight. It was fire.
Yeah, we had Samurai Jack versus who?
The Arizonian.
Yeah, man, that was the first fight of the day. Bloody, a lot of power, you know, a lot of heavy shots being landed. You know, give us your take on that fight, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I'm familiar with the Arizonian. I watched a couple of his fights, you know, before I even fought for StreetBeefs, and I think I met him at a Strucker event before too, man, which was pretty dope. So, you know, I kind of looked up to the dude, and I knew he liked to throw him, man. I know he puts his all into those punches. So just coming in, man, I just was gonna just try to come in and bang. Just wanted to use my reach, you know. And I didn't really expect to get as winded as I did so fast. You know, it's kind of like an eye opener for me. I did start getting pretty winded. But you know, I feel like I did what I had to do, man. I had you in my corner. You know, I showed up there first. I was the first person at the event that day, as the first fighter. And so I had all that time to get ready mentally. That drive, though, man, it was like a 13-hour drive. I learned a lot, though, you know. I was smashing energy drinks the whole way. So I knew that had an effect on my hydration the next day. But, you know, hey, we went in and we threw down, won all 3 rounds. And, man, it was awesome. The cage started breaking. Yeah, like you said, man, the board started breaking. And, yeah, loved it.
We just we're about 3 minutes in, but we have the best co-host in the game, Buddy B.
How y'all doing? Having fun time? Sorry I'm late.
You good, brother? You got on time.
Perfect. Yes. It's the doctor's birthday, so I had to sneak away. You know. I was showing them some. Hey, funny enough, I actually showed everyone here Samurai Jack's most recent fight because I felt bad for missing it. So came in and I heard you talking about it. I just showed about 20 people, so they all loved it, man.
Right on. Yeah, thank you.
That was a killer fight. I'm glad I got to see it, man. I saw it on video. I came a little late to the event, so I didn't get to catch it. Yeah.
It was a hell of a fight, bro. Hell of a fight. As he said, man, Arizonian, this man, he's not throwing no pit-pat punches. You know what I mean? He's throwing the kitchen sink at you. And, you know, it just shows the grit from Jack, you know, to be able to take those type of, that type of, you know, boxing power. You know, not everybody can do that.
And like you said, the grit, the heart. I mean, at the end of that fight, you could see you were tired, man. Your hands were low, and every time we threw a punch, they came right back up. You're trying to throw it right back, and I really like that. And I'm intrigued too, because I mean, your first fight was MMA, your second fight's boxing. I mean, are you looking for anything in particular for your next fight, or?
Yeah, man. I was thinking I want to try some of that karate combat. Yeah, that looked like it might be tight. And if not that, I'm thinking maybe doing a kickboxing or a Muay Thai match. You know?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that looks. Yeah, switch it up. See. Try a little bit of everything.
And
Yeah,
you know,
so I got me a headband. So I got me a headband. So Shinigami, if it comes down to it, man, we can battle the headbands too with Samurai Jack.
yeah.
Oh.
Hey, I want to bring up your name. With all these different styles, it reminds me of Samurai Jack. You know what I mean? How did that name come about? And talk about the mixed martial art aspect.
Yeah. Well, growing up as a kid, I used to take karate when I was younger. I think I started taking karate classes when I was like maybe 6 or 7 for a couple years. Yeah, my mom, we didn't have a whole lot of money, and she lost her car. So after about 8, we was taking it was bus everywhere, man. So we had some issues getting my classes, consistent. But it never left me. Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, all that. So I'd be the little kid running around the apartments practicing the moves. And some of the OGs, they would call me the ninja. And then as some people started calling me Samurai Jack, and then I kind of liked it, so I kind of like when it came time to choose a name, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go with Samurai Jack. I'm into the Japanese martial arts, I'm into the weapons, and so I thought it would suit me well. And yeah, the mixed martial arts, I feel like. I like using my hands, but I want to be able to kick too, and I feel like I got all my weapons available in an MMA fight, and I feel like that's where I'm the strongest. I can use every tool I got.
Nice. Yeah, you got a whole arsenal of weapons. That's more fun, more dangerous, but more fun.
I just realized, like maybe this past week, I remember a guy months and months and months ago. He was posting videos, and this guy had nunchucks. And I was like, that's different. I was like, okay, that's cool. Okay, he knows what he's doing. Okay, all right. I'm just now realizing, bro, you're that guy.
Oh,
You're that guy, bro.
Yeah, man.
This man is into weapons. The nunchuck game is sick.
Yeah, thank you.
Can you talk about that? How did we?
When I was, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think maybe I was about 8 years old, man. My dad, living in Fresno at the time. Yeah, and a lot of them OGs, some older cats that grew up in the Bruce Lee days, man. So you never know with these older cats, they surprise you and shit. My dad, he made me a pair of nunchucks out of these plunger sticks, man. Threw them together, and he showed me, and I was like, oh, I was just blown away. I used to watch Ninja Turtles too, man. I used to like Michelangelo, and so I just started messing with them. Ever since then, man, I've just been messing with them. I never actually had any formal training with them either, man. Just practicing on my own, and in the past couple of years, I actually started watching YouTube videos to try and learn some, legitimate techniques. Because before that, I would consider myself a twirler, just kind of twirling around, looking fancy. But I've actually learned some striking techniques and on how to actually use them if I ever have to use them in a real fight. It makes a big difference. So yeah, man, I own like several pairs to this day. I made sure when I went over to Arizona, I hit the Karate Mart and picked me up 3 more pairs, man, because it's hard to get them out here in Cali.
interesting. I didn't know that. I would have figured it would have been more accessible.
Nah, California, man. Man, don't get me started on California, bro. Can't even buy no flavored vapes anymore, man.
Hey. I saw Ghost. Another person was asking, what weight do you fight at?
Yeah, I mean, fine. I came into my fight against Escalade. I think I was 238 that day. And then I came in at 248 in my fight against Arizonian. So, but I'm pretty much a heavyweight. So I'll be probably fighting other heavyweights, you know. Biggest dudes out there. I'm right in that kind of in between range where I'm kind of like not big enough as the biggest heavyweights out there, but I'm still bigger than most of the light heavyweights, you know. So I mean maybe in the future I might consider maybe cutting some weight, maybe getting down to 205, but we'll see, man. It's easier said than done.
And
go ahead.
Okay, heck yeah.
I was gonna say, is there anyone on the list of Samurai Jack? Is there anyone that catches his eye, you know, that he'd like to see in the ring?
I mean, only people that I'm a fan of, you know, not necessarily people, you know, that I got on my hit list or anything like that. But I mean, it'd be awesome to trade hands with DTP, Shinigami, even Deadis. How do you say it?
Deadis.
Yeah. Be an honor and privilege to trade blows with any of those fools, man. You know, big well named people with skills. Yeah.
Those are good matchups, though. Solid.
Trying to push yourself. I like that. You want to get the best. You want to be the best. You got to fight the best.
Yeah.
We'll see one day at a time, man. We'll see what the future has in store for me. I'm not sure I got my eyes on any belts per se. You know, for me, it's just all about experiences, man.
Absolutely. I can dig it. I was going to ask, because before your fight, you shout out Stockton Strikers. What's that? How long have you been training with them?
Yeah, man. I've been training with the Stockton Strikers probably about a year and a half now. Yeah. I was in a really dark place about 2 years ago, man. Before I got into sobriety, and I just wanted to fight. You know, I was looking online trying to, you know, where can I fight? You know, how do I do this? I came across the StreetBeefs page, and you know, and one of the homies hit me up, Bad Omen from the Stockton Strikers group, and he said, "Hey, yeah, man, we train over here, you know, on Saturdays over at the park, man. Come through if you want to get some work in." And man, the rest is history. I showed up, and back then, man, I think Rhino was there that day too. That might have been the first time I met Rhino. If it was either that week, the first one, or it might have been the next week. But Rhino showed up, man, there was like 10 of us out there, and we were all just taking turns sparring, and it was awesome, man. And yeah, we've just been training ever since. My boy Zoo's good, man. He's like the coach of the group, man. And the rest is history.
Hell yeah, I like that answer. I respect that. I did see, since you mentioned I don't respect DTP, someone asked, would you power slap with DTP?
Man, I mean, honestly, I don't. He might be in a league above me, but I wouldn't turn down any match, man. Even if I get knocked out by DTP, I can say, "Hey, I got knocked out by DTP."
Right? Sure. Yeah, you got more balls than me. I'll keep fighting.
That's truly for the love.
I might be on Power Slap too. DTP put a recommendation in for me, and they hit me up actually. I just felt they sent me the W9 form just yesterday. I filled it all out. And then look for me. I might be on Power Slap.
Where's your mustache? I saw that. Yeah, that'd be killer. See you on the next season of Power Slap. Shoo.
Man,
chance to be on TV. Shit, sign me up.
Fuck around and hit somebody with a judo chop and shit. Yeah.
Make sure I say Kia.
Hey, show up in a full gi and shit.
Right? Yeah, gotta give the people a show, man.
Heck yeah. See, even Zed thinks you do good. Heck yeah. You go slap some fools. Yes, please and thank you. Like I told you, keep my name out your mouth.
Hey, Jack, man, I wanted to ask you, we talked about your last fight in Street Beefs. Let's dive into that first fight with Escalade, bro. because that's what really started your wave here. You know, can you talk a little bit about that fight with Escalade?
Yeah, yeah, man. I remember warming up, dude, and they're like, "Oh, you're gonna fight Escalade." Because I kind of I was looking at all the heavyweights on the list that signed up for the event, and I was like, man, I kind of thought they was gonna match me up against the Lion Sin of Pride. So I mean, because that's just kind of what it was looking like it was gonna go down. But the day of the event, I guess he had gotten signed up a little bit later. And so I didn't. So I'm like, man, who's Escalade? And they put him out, and I see him over there getting warmed up. I'm like, oh man, this dude looks serious. And he got some muscles. I'm like, all right, man, it is what it is. Let's get down. And the bell rung, and I'm always telling myself, all right, go in there, be patient. Just take your time. It never goes down like that for me, man. I get excited. I start rushing in. Boy just put me on my ass twice. I'm like, oh shit. Man, and he's on top of me. The first time I was able to get back up, I hit him I bridged up, and I don't know how I was able to get out of that, but I was able to get pretty much back up on my feet. The second time, I made it up to my knees, and I was just sitting there catching my breath, and I heard the ref. He's like, man, keep working. I'm going to stand you up. So I'm like, all right, man. So I just held onto his leg. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to sit here, and I'm just going to wait for him to stand me up. And just kind of catching my breath, and eventually they did. And they stood us up, and man, I remember I was just kind of pissed, dude. I'm like, man, I'm getting my fucking ass whooped. Man, I gotta do something, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I just told myself, man, I'm just gonna bomb on this fool. So he hit me, and he went for a kick, and I checked it, bro. My leg still hurts to this day from when I checked that homeboy's kick, bro. Go back and watch the video. You can hear it clacking. Man, that leg check, woo. But went in with a little wild swing, and I noticed he kept doing that spin around thing, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So once he spun around that next time, man, I just rushed him, bro, and I caught him with a clean one right on the button. And that's all she wrote, man. I was so pumped, dude. Man, hey, man, he had some real good skills, but I capitalized on an opportunity, and it went my way that day.
That was a fire ass fight.
Yeah, it was. I feel like as I watch you fight, I see a little bit of the street style. So I was curious, did you fight growing up?
Oh yeah, man. I just got in quite a few fights growing up, especially in middle school, man. Me and my group, we were just kind of like the Motley Crew, man. We had some Asians, some blacks, some Mexicans, just in our little group, and we used to fuck every now and then. We would just get into it. So yeah, I got into quite a few street fights growing up as a kid. Even as an adult, not too many. I think my last street fight, man, I was walking down the boulevard one day, and man, I was hollering at these two hookers, right? I'm like, hey, and then man, this slow ass dude walked up to me, bro, and then he just started swinging on me, and we ended up exchanging some punches and stuff like that. This is in South Sac, and I fought that dude twice that day. I think that must have been like 7 years ago. Yeah, that was probably my last street fight I've ever been into. I was as a grown man, but yeah.
Dang.
Damn.
So watch out who you holler at when you walk down the streets, man. They're out there hustling, man. Just leave them alone, man.
That's a PSA.
Learn my lesson that day.
So that was your last street fight. Let's talk about your last amateur bout. You just had an amateur bout just a few days ago. Can you speak on it?
Yeah, man, that was a whole new experience, dude. I got an opportunity to fight for the PFC league, and I just said, yeah, man, yeah, I'm gonna go for it. That's just kind of my way. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for it, man. It's like I said before, it's all about experiences. And that took place at a casino up in Reading, man. And honestly, the whole time I was just more or less starstruck, right? Like, oh man, this is big right here. It's all legit. It's an actual ring, I'm used to fighting, in the sand. And there was no film on my opponent either, so I didn't really know exactly what to expect. And on top of that, my boy, he was also fighting that day. He was the first fight. And so I cornered for him. And I never really cornered for anybody before in that capacity, right? So I was a little unsure. It kind of threw things off a little bit. You know, after he fought, then I had to go up and get ready for my fight. He came down and cornered for me. And same situation, man. I'm just trying to tell myself, you know, be patient. You know, just go in there, just take your time. Man, of course, I went in hard, man. I started throwing, some thrust kicks. I hit him with a nice little leg kick. You know, he came in and we had a little exchange. I rocked him, and then I rushed him. Kind of the same thing that happened with Escalade. I went in for a kick, man. My whole body just flew out from underneath me, man. I swear, he Mario Karted me, bro. There's a banana peel on the ground or something, bro. Because I went whoop, and I hit the ground, and he just fell right on top of me, bro. And I couldn't get out of it, man. He started hitting me with these sledgehammer fists, and that was pretty much the end of it, bro. But hey, you know, it was awesome just to compete on that level, and you know the crowd was tight, and man, I'm happy I went.
Hell yeah, oh, that's a good experience. I like that.
Would you do another one?
Yeah, I think I would, man. I think I would, definitely. Now that the nerves, kind of like the initial one, you know, kind of all these unknowns, right? You know, how's it gonna, what's like the process, right? You know, how everything happens, you know. Now that that's out the way, I'm gonna be a little more familiar with, you know, what to expect and as far as, you know, how everything's run, right? And all the little things like cornering and getting all your equipment together, the ice, the water, the towels, you know, running in, you know. So now all those unknowns are kind of, you know, settled for me. I think it would be a little bit different going in the next time.
Can you? My bad, buddy. Go ahead.
I was going to ask what the nerves were like and how you kind of came over them for that first fight. Because I know street fights, you know, with them being adrenaline filled, but actually going to street beefs and seeing a bunch of other fighters there, knowing it's not going to be interrupted. I mean, it's a different kind of feeling. I mean, how did you kind of get over that?
Yeah, man, the nerves for that's always the worst part, dude, especially since we weighed in the day prior. So I had like a whole 24 hours of just like kind of waiting up to it, man. And I'm just sitting there wondering, you know, am I punching up right now? Am I out of my league? Do I deserve to be here? But, you know, that sort of thing always happens. And what I know about me is it's once I get into that ring, man, you know, and those punches start flying, all that shit goes out the window, man. I just need to keep telling myself that. Once you get into that ring, you know, that stuff goes away. And I deserve to be there, man. We all do. We're warriors, man. We're in the right place.
Yep.
Absolutely. If you have the balls to step in the cage, you deserve to be there.
Yep. Right. I wanted to know just for just to get an idea of what you were going through. You mentioned your boy had fought before you and you cornered him. How much time between his fight and your fight was there?
And in actual time, it was probably like maybe 10 minutes because there's 3 fights in between our fights, right? And the fight that happened right after his ended right away in the beginning of the first round. So then there was just 2 more fights after that. But before I know it, man, it's like it was already my time to go back out there. And yeah, so that was. I mean, that added another factor for me. I'm just like, oh man, all right, let's go get it. But it was cool, man. They bumped the music. We're going down the stairs. They got the camera in there. They're playing my song. The crowd's going wild, and you're just like, all right, dude. It was tight, man.
Hey, Bushido must be smoking that good. Yeah. bring his comment back up. Bushido is smoking that good.
I kind of agree with them. Can't lie. No.
He can't tell if he's at the beach or in his room.
leave it a mystery.
That's that anime water. That's that anime water. If it was water, bro.
Still perfectly still. And what's up, lots too in the comments?
Speaking of anime, bro, did you watch the cartoon Samurai Jack?
Not really. No, not really. Yeah, I mean, I'm familiar with it, but I didn't really watch it. Nah.
Well, I definitely that was cool. I liked it. You know, good fun action scenes. Shoot, I definitely yeah. You know, I feel like there's a certain generation where from them and older, when you watched anime, you became like a fighter because of the anime you watched. And then from a certain generation younger, they watch the anime, but then they act a little bit more like screaming and acting a fool. You know.
Um, I see that. I see that because I got my older stepkids. I think she's 13 now, and they're in that phase where they're just like, you know, how anime everything's just over the top with their emotions, what they say, and they're just kind of yelling everything. I'm just like, oh my goodness, here we go. But back when we used to watch Dragon Ball Z, and you're like, all right, let's
Yeah.
go. You know what I'm saying? Get fired
Yeah.
up.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, hey, new DBZ coming out. I don't know
I want.
when. I know that we getting Tenkaichi in 2024, maybe. I don't know. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get on. I got a PlayStation 4 and 5. Let's go.
It's probably gonna be on the 5, but yeah, bro. I'm childhood is brought me. I'm not lying.
Yeah, I
Man,
didn't really like the Dragon Ball Fighter Z too much. I was playing the one before that where I think you create your own character and you go back into
Xenoverse.
the time travel. Yeah, yeah.
Xenoverse,
That
that's
was
my
tight.
shit. That
That
was my
was tight.
that was cool. All right, okay. I have not played the
shit.
Kakarot one. Did you guys play that one?
Ooh, I wanted to. I never played it, but it looked good.
It looks fun. Yeah.
Nah, yeah, I haven't played that one.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys play any of the UFC games or any Fight Night games or no?
Old school fight night, yeah.
I,
Three,
Fight Night
I,
on
four.
that two
Fight Night
PS2.
3. Fight Night 3 was the shit, man.
Fight night 3 is to me is the best one.
Yeah,
The gameplay mechanics.
right. Doing
You
all that. Yeah,
block, you know what I mean? Everything.
yeah. That game was
That's where we
tight.
gotta get the cut too.
All right.
Ooh, Jack versus Solo would be fire. Bringing smoke.
Hey,
Ooh,
that would
if
be
you
tight to
did,
go up against Solo, man. That
if
dude's
you
so
did
big.
solo, would you be down for a full kickboxing or something? Because I feel like that would be a good one to watch.
That would be
Yeah,
fire.
I would be down to fight Solo in a kickboxing match for sure.
Bro. I'm just picturing their legs like attacking each other at the same time on some shit. You know what I
Right?
mean?
Thunder coming out.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I'll meet his energy too if it happens, man. I'm gonna match that energy, bro.
Hell yeah, I can't.
It'll be lit.
Man, did you guys hear how we ever hear how we found out how we learned how to do the splits? He said he
Nah,
was training
what?
overseas doing something, and because like he does the infamous splits, and he was training at a gym, and his coach is like, "You need to learn to do the splits to be able to do certain kicks properly." He's like, "But I can't." He's like, "Okay, here, I'll help you stretch out. You ready?" He got him ready. He's like, "Yeah, but put your hands on my shoulder, and apply a little pressure." He's like, 1, 2, and just shoved them straight down. He said, whatever he tore it for good, and ever since then, he can do the splits whether he stretches or not. I was like, dude.
Wow. I've heard about that, like in like Taekwondo classes back in the day or and stuff like that, but I haven't really, I wasn't sure people really do that, especially I don't know nowadays, man. It sounds like abuse.
Right, right.
But hey, if
Bro,
it
I'm
works,
suing.
then
I'm
I
playing.
guess can't knock it. Yeah,
Mm.
that's I don't know, man.
Okay.
I believe in stretching, but we got limits. We
Right.
Yeah,
got
right. We gotta work our way
Yeah,
there.
especially at our age, man. We don't heal the same anymore, man. Not
right.
like we were
Exactly.
younger.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Shoot, I
Hey,
saw what's it? Well, I was saying lots of Chainsaw Man. You guys ever seen that or no?
no.
I have to check that
Nah.
out. I haven't watched it either. All right, what were you gonna say, something?
Hey, Chainsaw Man that's a good name. But
Sounds lit.
I was gonna ask Jack, bro. We just had the Super Bowl event. We were there. What was your favorite fight outside of your own? What caught your attention?
Yeah, I mean, definitely the Broly Black versus Hitman Hamilton. He was my favorite fight at the event I went to last time too, when he fought Unknown. I thought
Damn.
that dude came with some real skills. I was like, ooh, this dude is tight.
Real shit.
He came in there with the boxing match, and yeah, I mean, I feel like he got away with a couple cheap shots, man. I don't know if it was just the energy, the hype, but you know, they kept fighting through it, and man, it turned out to be a banger. I was like, wow, I was like waiting for somebody to get knocked out. I couldn't believe what was happening, but that was fire. Yeah, I'm definitely a Broly Black fan, man.
Yeah, that was a good fight. See, I felt like that Jay Gotham and Duval fight, man. Woo, that's still gonna be in my top. I felt it, the energy. I felt like it was on 1.25 or 1.5 when I was watching it. They were just like do 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 do. Like, hey.
That was super fire. Hey, but I ain't gonna lie, mine. What did it for me was El Coyote versus Compa G. That one right there, bro.
Yeah, that was tight. That was those real skills on display right there, man. They look
skills
good.
and grit, because they got gritty on each other too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that was a killer ass fight. And see, I think the only thing I felt bad for was there was one MMA fight I couldn't remember when the fighter got slammed. Right when he got slammed, he got the mouthful of sand, and I was like, "Oh, it was starting off so good too. I wanted to see it keep going." Dang.
Yeah, WA fight too. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. WA, he brings firefights all the time. I'm just glad I know him on his good side. So if he hurts me, it's a friendly hurt, not an angry hurt where I know I'm going to be in the hospital.
Oh, it's still gonna hurt.
So you guys know you're real friends.
It's still gonna hurt.
So since we're talking about some fighting and boxing, I did every single show we bring up Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis, but I had a curious question about this for the two of you because obviously we fight and we have a certain respect to ourselves, and I feel like we want to try to cheat over our opponent. But I did see that Gervonta Davis admitted to leaking to having one of his spies as Ryan Garcia's sparring partner this whole time, and he just went back with all his info. And to me, I'm a little disappointed in that personally because I expected a great fight, but I didn't think he would have to resort to having a spy to have to win that fight. I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
That sounds pretty grimy, man. You know, at the end of the day, you know, we got like a fighter's pride, right? You know, I myself personally, I want to know that I won the fight because I was the better man that day. You know, and I'm all about studying film, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I don't know. That sounds like some Tom Brady stuff right there. Some grimy Patriots move, you know, that people talk about forever. Like, and you know, I don't like that, man. It feels wrong.
See, for me, if it's true, I would say, yeah, that's some grimy shit. But then at the same time, we're talking about boxing, professional boxing, which has always been, you know, it's a tainted sport. It's a business. You know what I mean? These guys will do publicity stunts to sell a fight. You know what I mean? So who's to say it's real? Who's to say it's not? And then who's to say this shit don't happen every single fight? You know what I mean? Like, and they just chose to highlight it in this fight. You know, like I don't know.
Yeah,
you know,
that's a good point.
Cal says there.
You know, we got footage on him. Why do I need to send somebody out to spy on him if I got footage on him already? Like, and if I'm knock him out.
It's like what in that old martial arts movies and stuff too, where it's like a lot of times they'll wait for their opponent to get up. They're like, get up. Like it's about that pride. Like I'm not letting someone else say like, oh, you only won because of this. No, my win is definite and clear. I gave them every opportunity, and when I win, it's because I truly won. That's what I feel. But yeah. I know E7 had a killer ass question. He was asking how you keep other current fighters. How does one motivate the ones active in this game or just starting to keep pushing and striving in the sport of combat?
Oh, okay. Yeah, man. I mean, it's all about self-discovery, you know. It's just it's got to come from within, I'd say. You know, if you got that fire, I'd say linking up with like-minded people is the best way to go, man. And that's with anything. You know, anything in life. You know, you want to link up with like-minded people. And I think that's what's great about Street Beefs. You know, we're all just regular people. You know, and but we got that fire in us, and it gave us an opportunity to come together, share training videos, share tips, in a place of love, and then even take it to the next level and get inside the cage and see what you're made of. You know, self-discovery. You know, are we that badass that we think we are? You know, and if we're not, you know, it doesn't stop there. You know, we got an opportunity to grow and to keep grinding and come back for more. Like, and I think that's awesome.
Absolutely. Street Beef is a community that I love for the fact that when I go, I can meet someone of any ethnicity, any religious or political background, but we all share one common thing. One thing that every single person there has, and it's fighting. It's one of the most primal things. It's one of the most respectable things. And
Yeah.
I think because of that, there's just this connection between all of us that you can't really break. And there's some people that I've talked to over the podcast that when I finally met in person, it was cool. I got to meet you in person, which is cool as hell at the Hotbox event. So that was pretty killer. And now
Yeah,
we're talking, and it's just these connections where whether you talk to someone every day, every so often, this and that, you have nothing but good things to say because we know it's that community. But yeah, I like it.
yeah.
So
Well said.
Absolutely.
now, I was gonna say, do you think you might always stay at Street Beefs, or you might try to go up to the next level, get a few Emmys under your belt, go fight at a casino, maybe, or what are you thinking?
He just
Yeah,
did, bro.
yeah.
Oh,
Couple
that's right.
days ago.
I did just get a chance to fight at the casino, Wind River Casino up in Reading. That was an amazing experience, and you know, I think I would definitely do that again, man. Now that I know a little bit more of what I'm in store for, and a little bit more of what I got to work on, you know, it's just that was an awesome experience, and I think I'll definitely do that again.
Nice. That's on my checklist. I want one casino fight.
Yeah, man, that was tight, dude.
Come to Vegas.
Hell yeah.
Come to Vegas. Hey, you had mentioned earlier about you met a few guys over at Stroka. I wasn't aware you had fought at Stroka, bro. Can you talk about that experience for a little bit?
What?
Yeah, that was my very first fight, man. Inside a ring. I mean, I went to a couple sparring tournaments back when I was like maybe 15, karate, but you know, not full contact MMA. And yeah, and I got hooked up with my boy Kid Zoo from the Stockton Strikers, you know, and he was like, hey, because we were all talking about Street Beefs, right? And I was like trying to get a fight for Street Beefs, but it was so far away, and he's like, well, hey, you know, there's a Stroke event coming up. Sign up for that. You know, maybe they'll pick you. And sure enough, they asked me to compete, and we went down there. Woodland's not too far away from where I live. That took place in Woodland, which is just a little bit outside of Sacramento. And man, we went when we showed up, the cops were already there, man, which was funny, dude. The cops were already there, and we thought it was gonna get shut down before it started, but it didn't. There wasn't a whole lot of people there. It was in like someone's backyard, big old field. You know, I mean, you guys are familiar with that kind of atmosphere, but they just put some ropes up, and I was the first fight of the day that time too. And yeah, I came out. I lit this fool up, man, and I won that fight. Pretty much with my strike in, and then we went to the ground. I ended up getting a guillotine choke. And that was my first experience, man. I actually busted my hand, broke my knuckle right here. I didn't wrap my hands up underneath my gloves. And so ever since then, I know better now. I'm like, that's important. You want to wrap your hands underneath the gloves. You want to protect their body. This are money makers right here. So and I just had my baby had just gotten born. I was having trouble changing diapers after that.
Ooh.
Yeah, try changing a diaper with just one hand, man. That's tough. My wife was not happy, but man, like I said, that was an experience. I got to meet Kilo. Kilo's a pretty big dude in the underground fight world. And he's got some awesome stuff on his YouTube channel. You know, he's a good dude.
I remember Kilo.
I met, I think, Arizonian there. I think Shark. I think his name was Shark. He fought for Street Beefs too. something Sark or whatever. I think he was there too. Street Bender was there.
Okay.
He actually fought my boy Bad Omen. Yeah, he won. Street Bender took that dub, but it was a good banger, man. It was a good banger of a fight. So yeah, I got to meet some. That was my first. I was kind of starstruck that day too. Like, oh man, Street Bender. I've seen heck of your videos and a couple other fighters from StreetBeefs. So I was like, oh. Yeah, it was cool, man.
Shit, hell yeah. I wanted to fight Strickland, I didn't, but yeah, I saw Sugar Sean O'Malley went to one of the events too. I was like, oh dude.
Yep.
So yeah,
Yeah, that event was over at one of my homeboys' house. That one. And crazy enough, his last name is O'Malley.
What?
Yeah, that was a funny one.
So too much of a coincidence. No. I was gonna say too. Who hit you the hardest? I'm curious. I'll go with that question real quick.
Oh yeah, I mean, really, I came away with not a whole lot of damage in my StreetBeefs fights, but I got some damage in my amateur fight. Come Saturday, man, that dude pretty much he grounded pounded me. He beat the hell out of my forehead. I might have some more lumps, man, but that felt like some sledgehammers coming down on me, bro. He boom, 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 trying to get out of it, boom, rocking me, busting my nose, busting my lips. Eventually they called it, man. So yeah, that dude. And get this, his name was Logan Paul.
What?
Got whooped on by Logan Paul.
Wow.
Swear to God, man.
Wow.
At least you can make some fun out of it. Yeah, I'll be like hashtag Logan Paul. They'll be like, wait, this ain't me.
Right?
Guaranteed some views.
Dude, I heard that Masvidal said that he's gonna be retiring too. Speaking of famous people, he said he's out the game now. You guys see that?
I heard about that.
Yeah, he said, but right before his last fight, if he wins, he's gonna keep going. If he loses, he's retiring, and he lost. And yeah, I was out relevant because when you brought it up, some of the other fights, I thought of Kimbo Slice, some of the backyard fight stuff, and I was like, yeah, gotta bring up Jorge.
Yeah, he's been fighting for a while, bro. People forget, for a while, But that leads me to a good question for Jack, man. My last question: how long do you see yourself doing this, and what is the end goal in terms of your fight career? Where do you want to take it, and how long do you want to take this?
I think I got a couple more years in. I'll be 34 this year, man, and I put my body through a lot of damage at this point. I mean, I deployed to Iraq back when I was just 18, and then after the army, I was an addict and put my body through hell, man. And I'm a father now. I got 2 kids, and it's just kind of just been something I always wanted to just dabble in. So I've been pretty much fighting my whole life, and just been really interested in the martial arts. And I wanted that experience, get into the ring with other enthusiasts like myself. It's kind of how I've said it to other people. Just want to get down with other enthusiasts. And I think I got a few more fights left in me, and it's just about experiences, man. I don't see me going pro or nothing like that. But I mean, hey, if it happens, it happens. But I think that it would require a gym membership, lots of time, lots of training every day. And like I said, I got 2 little girls. My oldest, she's autistic, and it requires a lot of time and attention at home. And so we'll see, man. I don't know.
Absolutely. Nah, we'd love to hear it. And I know I don't have too many more questions, and I don't want to take up a whole lot of your time. I know we've kept you for about like 45 minutes. So any shout outs you want to give? Anything you want to let the people know?
Oh, yeah, okay. Shout out to DTP. What's up, man? Hey, you're a great dude, brother. Awesome guy, man. Thank you for everything, bro. Thank you, Sam K. Appreciate you cornering me that day. And it's just been a pleasure to be on your show. I want to give a shout out to my boy Punches from the Stockton Strikers, man. He did awesome in his fight. He's a beast, man. And I can't wait to see him fight some more people move his way up to the top of the ladder, man. Stockton Strikers. If you haven't heard of us, we're here, man, and you're gonna see some more from us. And just shout out to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and everybody that's in those Bill W, man. Hey, if you're struggling with addiction, man, one day at a time, bro. I go to AA and I'm in recovery, and there's nothing to be ashamed of.
Hell yeah. I could let me see. I think I got that right here. Yeah, my booyah.
Oh, that's right, brother. Hey,
So
that's good shit. I didn't know that. Right on.
Respect, y'all.
stay
Respect.
strong. So
Well,
yeah,
sure,
man, I appreciate you coming on. What?
Absolutely. I was just going to say the same thing. We appreciate Jack coming on, giving us your time, and thank you, bro.
Yeah. Thank you, and thank you, America. Thank you, everybody. So, peace.
Man, I'm kind of bummed I came on late, but man, that was a fun show. I liked him. He was cool as shit, both on the
Absolutely.
show and at the hot box.
Nah, bro, you probably missed maybe 3 minutes of conversation, bro. You perfect time, man. Yeah, and great conversation, like you said, man. This guy, I met him at the hot box this last event, and like you said, I cornered him and everything, and really just had good, genuine chemistry with my guy. You know what I'm saying? So I had to bring him on the show, bro. Had to. Hopefully, we can get Memnon at another date. I'm not sure what happened, but it's all good. We keep it pushing,
Yeah, shit happens. Everyone's got families. We all have lives, and that's what sometimes some people forget. We all have our own lives.
Yep. But shoot, it ain't over, is it?
No, not quite. And you guys love the fire. What was that song, Cat? A little fire. What?
Fire 5. And what you got? No. What you got coming up?
Little fighters to watch. A little something you got to keep your eyes on.
Yeah.
Buddy V's Fighters to Watch.
Oh, snap. We're having a good time. Because coming all the way from the scrap yard is the one, the only Killer Brian. Now, Killer Brian was a good guy. Not only was he chosen on this list because of his most recent fight that he had wasn't too long ago, but also because he broke someone's jaw one time. And this guy was on the Fighters to Watch once before, his other opponent. So this guy is the one who broke the jaw of VIP during his match. This is not VIP, but I love his tenacity. He's taking an MMA fight, boxing, kickboxing. It's killing. West Coast Samurai Jack. We had him on not just because he was our guest today, but I truly love his style, his energy. I mean, he pushes forward, and like I said, in his most recent fight, he was tired at the end, and he pushed forward, and you saw him refuse to give up, which is something I just absolutely respect, and I think everyone else here can too. Third off, from the OG yard, is High Definition. Now, sorry, I know I talk a little long sometimes. High Definition for the OG yard was a fun one to watch because he's fought before, like a little while ago, but he most recently had a fight which really intrigued me because he slipped a little bit, and I think his opponent let him get up. Then something else happened. He let his opponent square back up because they were slip-ups, which I really thought was killer. He still came out with a phenomenal win. Holy shit. I was just blown away by how he came across that. But it was the level of respect that he had. And it's like we said earlier in the show. There's a level of respect with fighters of I don't want someone saying I won because of this, I won because of that. I won because I genuinely got that win. And that's the way I felt he had it, and he earned his win. And it was a spot on the Fighters to watch.
Shit, man. Dare I say that was fire, bro. All 3 picks. But speaking of fire,
I need a little something to warm me up, man. Give me some fire.
yeah, Sam K and the Fire 5. We here. We live. First and foremost, I'm gonna take you to the OG yard. Wheelchair boxing. We got Wedo versus Hell on Wheels. This was a fire fight. You know Wedo, he brings the heat, he brings the power. And if you know Hell on Wheels, shit, he's the best wheelchair boxer on the planet. This fight had punches and bunches, both men throwing fire. Wedo actually having a strong defensive game in this fight, man. But as you know, Hell on Wheels is going to have the constant pressure, constantly punching, nonstop, every round. And as we always say, cardio is key. Nonetheless, we got two legends in this fire fight. StreetBeefs OG Yard, Wedo versus Hell on Wheels, fire fight. Let's go ahead and move on. Yeah, I'm taking you to StreetBeefs Scrapyard. Oh, this is a hidden gem. Coach P versus El Guanaco. Man, this is a beautiful match. Great boxing technique used here. We saw a lot of smothering. We saw a lot of planted power shots. I mean, man, it's not too often you see big guys who have good, head movement. We got that. Heavyweight big boy action. And at the end, we got a surprising ending, actually. StreetBeefs Scrapyard, Coach P versus El Guanaco, fire fight. StreetBeefs West Coast, you see it. This is a classic. Wama versus Ant. First and foremost, this is one of the older events where we actually got an event in California. Beautiful setting, beautiful match. What we see here is a power puncher versus a guy using the pure boxing technique. Heavy shots being fired by both men, smart combinations, and a lot of clinch work. And this is one of those fights where both men are going in for the kill. And just like the last fight, we got a surprising finish. Surprising finish. Go check this fight out. StreetBeefs West Coast, Wama versus Ant firefight. Look at that thumbnail. Just look at the thumbnail. You see, you see it's coming. He sees it's coming. StreetBeefs OG Yard, Pharaoh Strong versus Josiah. I mean, this right here, this fight had a lot of aggression, but there was a lot of heart. We saw slips, we saw straight punches, we saw haymakers. And once again, cardio is key, especially when you got a man coming at you with constant pressure. Cardio is key. Check this fight out. Firefight, StreetBeefs, OG Yard, Pharaoh Strong versus Josiah. And now we're going to move on to the last firefight of the night. Taking you back to StreetBeefs Scrapyard, Castro versus Lil Mo Peep. All right, now this one right here, once again, gotta say cardio is key, but we saw some good defensive skills by both men, counters, back-to-back counters, and neither man scared to box. You know what I mean? These guys got in there and got to work. This was a three-round war. With a surprising decision, to say the least, at the end. Nonetheless, firefight, StreetBeefs Scrapyard, Castro versus Lil Mo Peep. Check it out. Sam K and the Fire 5.
I like it. It was a fire 5 right there. Yeah, warm me up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. All of those, man. I mean, I feel like all of those were like hidden gems. You know what I mean? All of them have good replay value. All of them have moments that you wait. Let's replay that real quick. Rewind that. Let me see that again.
Yeah. Hold on. Take it back.
Yeah.
No, I can dig it. But as you know, we're getting to that time of the show. So I mean, before we let you go, you gotta listen to what Sam K and me got to say. So any shout outs you want to give?
For sure, man. For sure. Let's go ahead and first and foremost give a shout out to our guest, Samurai Jack. Once again, bro, I appreciate your time and your efforts. Great conversation. Audience, we appreciate you guys in the live chat, watching us on replay, the people in the comments supporting. We appreciate you. Go check out Samurai Jack's fight, bro. Just, show a little love and support. That's what we're here for. He's got 2 fights with us. He's got some Stroka. He's got, the amateur fight. I want to thank the branches: Street Beefs OG Yard, Street Beefs Scrap Yard, Street Beefs West Coast, Street Beefs Dirty South. We do this for you guys. Overtime Hustling Magazine, we appreciate you guys. Heart in the Fight, we appreciate you guys. Audience, it's about that time to get y'all merch game up. That's all I'm saying. We got the MMA Underground merch. You know what I'm saying? We got the Street Beef Scrapyard merch. You know what I'm saying?
I just thought I noticed a little scrap. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We got the exclusives. You know what I mean? Like, if y'all really supporting, support. That's all I'm saying. The like button is right there. It doesn't cost a penny to hit that like button. We appreciate y'all. I don't do the social media. You got me. If you want to see me, I'm on this show every Tuesday, same time. I want to give a shout out lastly to my co-host, Buddy V, the greatest in the game, and my producer, Jay, the greatest in the game. We do this, y'all. And that's it for me. I appreciate y'all. I'm out.
Hell yeah. Like you said, go get some merch. I know because I have the website, zwell-world.com. I know who gets the merchandise, and I have had some supporters. And I know who hasn't supported either. No, other than that, yeah, there's also Zwell_Buddy V for the Instagram. If you want to follow, get some stuff. And actually, tomorrow, some more stuff's getting uploaded. I'm excited. And so shout out to the Strudel Squad, who's actually the newest member with Zwell. He is now from top 12 to the top 8th in the world for the newest Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. So, yeah, I could never play a game that serious. I know I could not even get close. So I'll get my ass whooped. So, but with that being said, thank you all for tuning in. We love everything we do. Sam K killed it as always, held it down. Jay, you too, appreciate you. And yeah, in the words of Jay, one world, one love, deuces.